Okay, today I'm going to show you how to set up the multiplayer add-on for the Invector shooter package. So I'm just going to create a brand new project here. So to get this all started, let's find the Invector shooter package. Here we go. And let's go ahead and import that. If you don't have it downloaded, go ahead and get that downloaded. Okay, once that's imported, if you get any errors, just delete them. They're fine. And look for Pun 2 from Photon, or Exit Games, sorry. There used to be a Pun 1. I bet you can still find it. Don't download that one. This is not compatible with Pun 1. And then go ahead and import that. And just import everything. Okay, so once that's imported, this is the very important step here. So your app ID, you're going to get that from their website. So let's kind of start from the beginning here. And here, if you're coming through the Invector forums, you can find this. The free, I have a UNet version and a Photon Pun 2 version. Like it says, the UNet version, I'm not actively developing it, but you can find it on my GitHub page here. So feel free to look at that if you want. But this is the one we're going to look at. The current version is 0.4.1. So on here, it'll take you to my releases. But if you go back to my main page, I actually have a walkthrough here. That's what I'm going through. So the very first thing it tells you to do is to go here to this web page. And I already have an account, but you're going to need to create an account and sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in here. Okay. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to create a new app. So Photon type, you can say Photon Pun. I have a Photon real time. To be honest, I don't know a whole lot of the difference here. So I'm just going to choose Photon real time. I'm going to call it tutorial, if I can spell. And go ahead and click create. You can fill out the rest of this stuff if you want. So I have two others here. But here, this is what we need, this app ID. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. We're going to come back into Unity, and we're going to paste that right here. I'm going to do setup project. And there it is. It's set it all up. Cool. So let's say you already have this this project in here, and you need to get it all set up. Normally it has I wonder if they've removed it. That's unfortunate. It looks like they've removed it in their most recent version. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So under Window, Photon Unity Network, Pun Wizard, you can locate the Photon server settings, and that will bring you to this document. And here you can see the app ID that I just put in. You can change the port that it runs on. Our RPCs, if there's any, we're going to have some. So this list will get populated. But for now, you don't have anything. So it should look very similar to this. Obviously, set it up according to the way that you want. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go back to my GitHub page. And on that page, again, you're going to go to releases. And the most recent release is this. So again, this is only for the shooter package. If you want for the melee only, I have one down here for 2.0. It is on the docket of things to do, but feel free to help me out and do some pull requests here to get that all converted. But go ahead and download this. We're going to open that up. So there I have it downloaded. Now we're going to import the package. Custom package, downloads, and we're going to import that. Now, this is very important. Do not import everything. Only import the modify scripts. If you import everything, you're going to get a bunch of errors and stuff's not going to work. So import that first. Cool. And again, there's nothing in my project. Let's go to Invector and open up one of their demo scenes. And let's not do that one. Let's do this one, because this one includes punching and all that fun stuff. So anyway, when that imported it, it should have added this multiplayer. So add multiplayer to Invector scripts. Now this does modify the base Invector scripts. So this is why I suggest doing this in a new project, or copy your project and try this out first, because there's kind of no going back from this. So go ahead and click add multiplayer lines. It'll tell you it's done. Now with that, the next time we import our package, we can import everything without it breaking everything essentially. So go to click import, and this time select everything, say import, okay? And it's adding everything under here. Feel free to look at all of these scripts and learn how I did a lot of this. But that's going to add more menu items under multiplayer. Now I've added these in the order that you're supposed to run them. So let's click make player multiplayer compatible. And I already have this pre-made character here in this demo scene, so I'm going to go ahead and use him. So drag him in here and click add multiplayer support. Now this is going to duplicate this guy, and it's going to do a couple of things. And it also tells you to look at custom events. I tell you this because it doesn't copy everything. So if we come over here to maybe Melee Manager, generic action, open events. So it did manage to copy that, but you know, there's going to be some other things that it's not going to be able to copy. So be sure to check all those and reset all those up. It's going to add a photon view. This is what's going to allow this player to be seen, but it's going to do something else that's really important. It's going to create a resources folder and add that player to the resources folder. This is what allows us to spawn the same object in multiple clients. And then it's also going to generate this network manager, and it's going to place that prefab into the network manager. And I've added a couple things in here that you can do for custom events when someone joins the room, leaves the room, when a player enters a certain like lobby or leaves the lobby. You can do custom events there. I've also included this pun UI. This is just an example UI to help you get started. This is not an end-all be-all solution. But go ahead and read through this, make sure you do what it says. Really, that's it. But now with that, there's a couple other things we need to do. Let's, for now, I'm just going to disable these, but in your final scene, you're going to need to remove those players. Let's click play. Oh, yep. This is a perfect example. So here, I got a bunch of errors. You can see that the screen paused. This isn't going to be the case for every scene. So I'm going to click stop, and here's why. So there's a couple of things in this scene that are not multiplayer compatible. So if I looked for throw UI, we can see that this component is here. This is actually not multiplayer compatible. It's going to cause errors. So we have to replace it with a custom override. So if I click convert scene to multiplayer, first I suggest you don't uncheck this unless you really want to be on the bleeding edge here. I haven't fully vetted this out yet, so don't uncheck that unless you really are feeling on the edge. So click scan scene. So it's going to find everything that's not multiplayer compatible or can be converted to multiplayer. So if I click on this, it's going to highlight the object for me that it's going to try to convert. So again, it found that throw UI, and if you see I click, it says remove throw UI. You can remove this from the list of objects that it will try to convert. So for now, I want to convert everything, so I'm not going to remove anything from the list. So convert objects to multiplayer. And as you can see, it changed this object to a pun throw UI. It's going to do that for a couple of other objects as well. It's kind of a little bit of a nicety for you guys. So now with that, let's try this one more time. Okay, so we can see that the scene is running. I can change my player name if I want. I'm going to click Join Lobby. Finding room. It failed to find room, so it created one for me. So here I am. This is actually multiplayer, but obviously it's there's nobody I'm playing with right now. So let's get another scene up and rolling here. Okay, so it's done. I'm going to do it in windowed mode, so it's easier to follow. Let's go ahead and click play. It'll open it up here for me. Okay, so with that up, let's come over here and click play. Okay, there's a few errors in here that I haven't quite solved yet, so ignore those. It's not going to affect anything. Go ahead and click join lobby. It's going to fail to find a room, so it's going to create one for me. So now this next one that we're going to do is going to be a little bit different. I already have a room, so it's going to find it, and I'm going to join it. So let's click join lobby, finding a room, connected to the server, and there we go. And actually, let's move this over to the side so we can see what's going on here. And there we are. We have a multiplayer character. It sends damage. There are a couple of things in here that are not working fully, and it has to do with animations and equipable objects, which is something I'm working on. So you can send damage with weapons, but there's a flaw that you will see here, and things are a bit laggy because I'm recording at the same time. So you can see this person doesn't have a weapon. What? Right? And the weapon that he collected over here is not picked up. Those are things that I'm working on. Again, I welcome all the help I can get. The animations itself are synced up, so you can see as soon as I aim, it syncs up that animation. And if I shoot, it deals damage. Apparently that was enough to kill him, but so there are a couple things that are missing from this version. Feel free to help out where you can. But let's talk about a couple of other helpful things to know about. So let's say I want to change my spawn point. Spawn point is currently set here. So you see spawn point is the network manager. So you can change that to whatever you want, but I can move it over here, put it up high. So next time when I join, I will spawn in the air in a different location. So there it is, where I started. If you notice, I put connect status here. This is for convenience for you. So if you want to put the current status of where the player is trying to connect to a lobby, you can reference that. It's a public variable. But feel free to send any requests that you might have to my GitHub page or that Invector forum, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks. Bye.